every band needs to have that one female vocalist.
I would always say to stick to one.
Yeah, I agree. You have had how many female vocalists who have come and gone?
Must have been about 12 to 14, about as far as I remember, yeah.
How do you protect and handle that one person?
It's a difficult task actually. If they're unattached, then half the boys out there want to
Attach.
get their telephone number. Yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
Then if they already have a boyfriend or a husband, then jealousy creeps in. And then I have a huge problem as a band leader. You got to know, sometimes you want to know how long this girl is going abroad for,
Yeah.
who she's staying with, is she sharing a room? Or if they're single, sometimes the mother
worse.
comes along. Or the father comes along. That's even worse. So
I just say it.
Welcome to another episode of Danu on Fire right here on Hi TV, your luxury channel. I'm with a man who is still experimenting. The one and only Sohan, who was experimenting for the longest time and still doing a great job at it. Thank you for being here.
lovely to be here with you, Danu, always.
Thank you. Now, Sohan is a fun man. I don't think age has ever slowed him down when it comes to his spirit, when it comes to his personality or his interest in the girls. He's a charmer. He's a smooth talker. So he's very much a part of music up to date. Sohan, I think you have sailed through the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, now the 2020s.
Yeah.
How do you
Still
do
going
it?
strong and
I
still
know.
on fire.
Fabulous. So tell me, how do you do it?
I don't know, I just enjoy whatever I'm doing and I put my 100% into it. And so far it has been, it's a rocky ride, but really enjoying myself.
And have you ever tried to remove your goatee?
No,
This has been a part.
because people may not actually recognize me if they see me without it.
You need the little bush.
They might think that I'm Danu.
Now, Sohan, you have performed across the world, taking Sri Lankan artists with you. You have also been an instrument in helping artists who were struggling during the time of COVID when they didn't have gigs to perform. You believed in making Sri Lankan artists always thrive. How was it in the 70s when you used to perform? Stages were full, packed audience, and people loved our performances. Tell me about that time.
Well, at that time it was very easy because there were very many outlets. Even when it came to TV channels or everything, it was limited.
Yeah.
So, and people went out a lot more. But now with the advent of TV and all this high-tech stuff and YouTube and everything,
Netflix and the whole
you know how
works.
it is, yeah. So the crowd gets split. So it's a entirely different scenario now, you know. But even from those days, I used to always try to ensure that the Sri Lankan artists got somewhere, and I did my best best of my ability to take lots of groups abroad, including my own band, Sohan and the Experience. We toured around the world, and it has been fun at the same time. So, you know the pitfalls, right?
Yes.
But through the years, over the 40, 45 years, I learned so much, and I'm still learning, Danu.
Yeah. Well, talking about music and what Sohan has done for the industry, Sohan is here at Cinnamon Life, and especially at the GATS, where everyone needs to come and experience this beautiful space. You know, it's nice to have a local band performing, and it's nice to see our people performing so beautifully. And Sohan is in charge of curating all these bands, and that is your job now. You're like a brand ambassador.
Sort of, yes.
Yes. How does it feel? How does it feel working with young talent?
It's been absolutely wonderful, you know, and the job satisfaction I get by you know bringing all these young guys, and also the well-established bands over to here to GATS and to make this like an entertainment hub. It's been very rewarding, and when I see, of course, I made some enemies too, because everybody I know
Everyone
wants
wants
to play here, but then
there
I
are only
can't.
7 days of the week. No?
Exactly, that's
Yeah.
the problem. And out of the 7 days, I'm having the music only on 5 days. Other 2 days we have only the DJ. So it's difficult to tell one band, look, I'm sorry, there's no room for you. So I
Correct.
keep telling them there are special events in the hotel.
Yeah.
There's a casino opening up.
So that
and,
opportunity is still
yeah,
building.
And I said I'll be around for it unless I pop. So before that, by the way, before I forget, this is my card. I never get a
thank
chance of.
You send me a picture and all. Huh?
Yes.
He goes as brand ambassador and entertainment consultant. This is what he does. Here, just this is my card. So and so that's
Excuse me, I forgot. I just one of
You
my
have
friends
more
had
things.
written a nice book.
Anne.
Very nice.
How
Very
did
nice.
you bring it here?
You know, I smuggled it in and just tell you, I went up to the 14th chapter or 15th
Thank you.
chapter.
Thank
Really
you.
good. And I don't want to tell about the rest because I haven't read.
The rest
But I
of
love
it.
the thing about the 500 rupees that you
Yes.
had only 500. But I'm sure you have more money than that at the moment.
yeah.
Yes.
Now you can't even do anything.
We'll talk about this later.
Yeah.
I'm doing a book called Colombo Boy. Okay?
Good.
I invite
Do
you.
that. I think we have to get into a break because food here is amazing and it's been displayed already. When we do come back, we're going to speak about all the bands that are featured here at GATS and so much more. Do stick around. This is Danu on Fire. Thank you to our friends at 1331 for joining us on Danu on Fire. Well, if you want to wear something that is summer friendly, that is trendy, and that is just really world class, well, 1331 has been a perfect platform for you to shop online. But right now, they have some great news for you. You can now touch, feel, experience, wear it before you get your hands on it with their brand new store experience. And at the same time, they are bringing in some new, cool leather accessories to make the wardrobe fully complete. More details when you do visit 1331.
I just say it.
Back with us and Sohan on Danu on Fire. Now, we are speaking about local talent. Now, in terms of the band scene, there was a time when everyone took up this as a good place to do things, and everyone who really wanted to live their passion. And then we went through like 4 years of bit of a turmoil. Then we had to like all just get to our normal jobs, and we were happy that we had a job. How is it looking? I know of a few bands where the lead singer has left his job and taken up singing full time.
Yeah, but mercifully now it's so much better with all the new hotels opening up and the resort hotels doing well, and the entertainment scene has really taken on a new turn now, and there is work for everybody. In fact, there was at one time most of our musicians are going to the Maldives and going abroad and all that. I see a nice trend now. There is work for everybody. Most of the Western bands are doing very well. Oriental bands are doing even better.
True.
A lot of shows outside. So right now it augurs well for the future, and I think most of the guys seem to be quite happy now, and most of the vocalists are back with their bands now. Yeah.
Now, in terms of keeping a band together is a hard business. How did you do it? How did you keep the experiments experimenting?
Look, simple. All 5 fingers are different. Handle them differently. If you have problem with one of them, you have to talk to them separately. You have to be tact, but at the same time firm. But it's never easy. I'm still learning. But you know, they are all musicians are very temperamental. But if you talk to them, you know, in a very sort of humanitarian way, in a nice way, most of them listen. But some are incorrigible. But it's trial and error. So lots of band leaders ask me. So I always tell them, you know, because they're very temperamental and they get hurt very easily, you have to handle them, you know, with kid gloves. But on the long term, it has worked for me.
Now, does Sohan and the experiment sort of come together for performances? I know you're always booked 31st night.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. Have you been booked this year as well?
Well, this year it's going to be something different. I'm organizing a big 31st night for Cinema Live Hotels. And
so now
City
because
of
you have
Dreams.
to juggle a lot of things, no?
Yes, I have to. So I'm trying to make it one of the nicest, one of the biggest New Year's dances ever here. And we could have a set of exciting guest stars, 2 bands, lots of things. I can't
reveal everything
right now because there are a lot of other competition hotels. Hopefully, we are going to have the best New Year's dance this year.
Oh, brilliant. You know, there is something about our 31st nights, you know, people can be across any part of the world.
Right.
They could do all their fancy jobs and go to all the best hotels in the world. But when it comes to 31st night, they end up here because nobody welcomes the new year as tipsy and as mad as we do.
Yeah.
What is it in us? Was it always the same from back in the days to now? Like people dance till they are blue and have kiribat and go home?
I can talk to you about this because I've done 45 31st nights.
45 31st nights.
Of that, 5 have been abroad. 2, 1 in Australia, 1 in London, 3 in the Middle East. The rest have been here. Out of the 40, 20 has been back to back at Cinnamon Grand.
Right.
So I can tell you a lot about 31st nights. You know, wherever in the world, most places, Danu, by 1 o'clock it's all over.
Yeah, true. New Year has come, no?
Yeah. But in Sri Lanka, it goes on till 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
So even people abroad said, nothing like your 31st nights. We have created that trend, and we have dinner, which most of the men don't have anyway. They have breakfast at about 2:33 in the morning, which goes on, it's Kiribat, traditional breakfast, and then they dance till they see the sun coming out.
Yeah.
So it's something very special because it's funny because I know in Dubai, in London, Australia, everything, by 1:30, everybody's back home.
Yeah, because they have to go to work.
Exactly.
Our people, they go to work like that.
Yeah. So
it's a happy 31st. Hello.
In fact, I don't think our guys are fit to go to work the next day because they are still up in the morning. Some of them go to office straight like that.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
But it's in a fun thing, and so people, I think that's what's special about 31st night in Sri Lanka is the fact that we just party till morning. It just doesn't stop. And the bands also are quite used to playing till 4, 5, 6 in the morning, you know.
Now, you know, every band needs to have that one female vocalist.
Right. I would always say to stick to one.
Yeah, I agree. Now, you have had how many female vocalists who have come and gone?
Oh, must have been about 12 to 14, about as far as I remember, yeah.
And how do you protect and handle that one person? Because, you know, people can be a bit bit frivolous at times. And
yeah, it's a difficult task actually, because what happens is if they're unattached, then half the boys out there want to get their telephone number. Yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
Then if they already have a boyfriend or a husband, then jealousy creeps in.
Yeah.
And then I have a huge problem as a band leader. You got to because sometimes they want to know how long this girl is going abroad for, who she's staying with, is she sharing a room? So lots of things like that. Or if they're single, sometimes the mother comes along, or the father comes along. That's even worse. So it's a testing period, and you have to handle them very judiciously. Yeah, but some of them are very, very good and very easy to work with. Some are a bit difficult, as ladies are, But I think having a girl in the band is a definite added attraction and a plus point for each band. Most of the bands that we employ at the Gets, every one of them has a very good female vocalist.
Yeah, and it's important, I think, because it gives a nice balance. Tell me one of the most unforgettable moments for you when you had performed either for a wedding or a 31st night or for a gig somewhere where either the bride has run away or the event has got something that is so symbolic that it stays with you.
No, something that stays with me is in a place in Kahawat. There were about 50,000 people.
Right.
Yeah, there was a huge, those days we hadn't done very many Oriental shows. So this was the way, it was like a baptism under fire. So I went there with my band, and there was another band called Sunflower playing, and it was just two massive football fields
Of people.
And then when I came on stage, I had to do this song called Final Countdown. And the band started playing, and when I went up the stage, I saw a sea of heads. I completely forgot the opening lines. And I just couldn't, it just wouldn't
Didn't
come.
come, yeah.
So I went back on the stage and I asked the lead guitarist, what's the opening line? And he said, I don't know. He also couldn't remember.
It was so overwhelming.
So I just kept on telling the people, made it like into an act. I told them to keep clapping their hands. And then I went to the bass guitarist. And he said, he's also not sure. So it was a problem. Luckily, the drummer helped me out. And that's how I managed to get the opening lines. And the song came out okay. I'll never forget that day. And there was another one in Gaul at the Oyanwatha Stadium. I went there and I went with Sunil Perra of the Gypsies. He was performing with us. And then when we went to hotel and we changed and we were going for the show, when I opened my hand luggage, it had some books and all that. The guy at home had not put my kit in. So I ended up, there was nothing to do. So I went up and managed to get a pair of deck shoes and then a hat from there and a flashy t-shirt. And that's how I appeared on stage and saved the day. From then on, I had a hat on. Before that, I didn't.
Oh, really? So
that's
that
how the
was
hat
your
started.
hat
Yes.
started.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I'll never forget those.
Like how Ronnie shaved his head for a song.
Right,
And
yes.
then kept it to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. Brilliant. We're going to get into a break. When we do come back, I'm going to speak a little bit about, there is music everywhere. And I just wanted to know what makes our musicians so different. When we do come back. Everything local and everything fabulous. We're talking about British Cosmetics. Thank you for joining us on the show. They have a fabulous range with Prevents or even your British Cosmetics range where you get to enjoy makeup, skincare and products that are done so perfectly for us here in Sri Lanka, giving you total guarantee and giving you skin that just looks phenomenal. Enjoy all these products and more when you do check them out online. If not, visit any of the outlets for more details.
I just say it.
Back with us on the show, this is Danu on Fire. We are checking out the beautiful Ghats. If it's this beautiful in the morning, you can imagine how beautiful it is in the night. I'm really happy that Sri Lanka is blossoming and blooming with beautiful locations like this for us to really embrace and, give opportunities to more Sri Lankans to thrive and do better things. And that's all that we want to do, live a good life. And before our time is done. I wanted to ask you, Sohan, we were just talking about it just before the break. Back in the days, like we had iconic personalities. Even at the time, This Land Belongs to You, that particular song came out.
Right.
We had Sohan there as well. We had artists who were known from both ends of the spectrum. They were known in the mass audience. They were known in Polonnaruwa as much as they were known in Colombo. They were known everywhere. They became icons of our country. But right now, it's so segregated. Why is that? Now, up to date, Sohan, you are known, you have performed for 5,000 people. You can't do that in Colombo. We don't have 5,000 people who come for something.
Right.
So tell me, why did it change? Where did it become so segregated?
It's got compartmentalized and segmented. Now you get some people who like only the Oriental music, right? And some people like music of the young bands. Some go for, so it has
Split.
That's right. It has actually split.
Yeah.
That's what has really happened. So it is, maybe it is, through time it has evolved,
Yeah.
to what it is right now. So then actually that's why for different artists, for different shows, you got to think of getting different artists because
So that you keep
there's no
everyone
mass
together.
appeal because they are so segmented now,
Correct.
That's the problem.
You know something I always think like,
By the way, this is calorie free. You can try it.
sugar-free calorie. It's actually just eating
Good
water.
for our figures.
Yeah. It's just like eating water. Well, anything to do with Sohan's figure, we have seen it.
Right.
In the Kottamadli song with what
Don't bring that up again.
what Sunil did. We saw his beautiful physique, and it has created a lot of tension amongst women and even men.
You can say that again.
Yes, it has been a fulfilling experience. Now, I wanted to ask you, in terms of this performance back in the days, if you take Mino and Fernando, all of these people, they had a look about them.
Yeah.
They had this identification that they were stars. Like when they walked in, they had that aura.
Yeah.
Like they had that charisma.
Right.
Why don't we have it anymore? Why don't we have that sex appeal to artists? Like when they walk in, wow, that's a performer, right? You know, that whisper is not there anymore.
I hope some of our female vocalists listen to your
It's the
workshop
truth, I'm
program.
sorry.
Yeah. And
It's the
maybe
truth.
they will.
No, because it's
take a
very
cue from
important,
that.
not only girls, but even men, those.
yeah.
They always, they were performers at any time.
Right.
Why don't we have that anymore?
Very, very difficult question to answer. It all depends on the performer himself. He has to create his own identity, you know, that's simple. Now, even take Sunil Perra or Ronnie Leach.
Yeah.
They all had a different identity, you know,
Yeah.
and they, you know, it's important.
They never let it
Yeah.
go. Like, look at you and your hats
Thank you.
and your blings.
Thank
and
you.
They've always remained, and that's what makes you who you are. Now that you're championing GATS, seeing performers here, I was here a few nights ago enjoying music, and it was so nice to see our people.
Can you leave the singing to us, please? I saw you with BNS the other day.
Ah, yeah, sorry.
Just leave it to us.
I also want to sing now.
Yeah, but you're getting into our territory, you know, it's a bit of a problem.
I promise you, nobody's going to pay me to sing. I will just sing for free. But you know, when I become a singer, put me on, no?
Definitely.
Thank you,
The
darling.
first
Thank
we'll
you.
consider.
You know, I can do an audition for you. Wise men.
Oh, there you
say.
go. I'm sure the CEO will hire you if you hear
Thank you.
that.
Thank you. Just sign me up for a little late night romance. Now, I have to ask you, now, GATS is doing some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Do we have anything coming up in the next few days?
Yeah, we just started high tea now. Every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we have high tea here.
Little
And with lots
pinky
of-
out.
Yeah, lots of ladies seem to love the view, the awesome music, and of course the
And you.
the food. Yeah, I'm around in playing a different role. Now we're planning a Father's Day.
Ah, okay.
It's
Thinking about the
actually-
men as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so you can bring your dad along. We're going to have special offers. And so all the children who really like their mums and dads, because normally it's always the accent is on the mum.
Yeah.
This time on the dad, they can
Correct.
bring him along and enjoy the music of Miraj and lots of goodies and special offers coming their way. So it's on the 14th at the GATS. So remember to be there.
Everything at GATS, absolutely beautiful. You can come, experience true hospitality, amazing service, and good music. We need to wrap things up on the show. Sohan, as always, a pleasure.
Thank you, Danu.
I love your spirit and keep that shining. That's the
Thank
most
you.
important thing. And to the team here, and to the main man as well, you can come and bother him.
I would also like to thank the team because they are all very good, from the F&B to the manager here, Dian, then the chef. Every one of them has been, it's lovely to work with the team here.
Amazing.
I feel very much part of their family.
Yeah, definitely. So come enjoy the hospitality. We'll see you again with another episode of Danu on Fire. Till then, keep smiling. It's a wrap.